Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nashta Praesha Badrishu Nityam Bhagavata Sevayam Bhagavati Utamashloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Shinvatam Sakatha Krishna Punya Shavanam Kirtanam Hridyantosta Badrani Vithunuti Suhrit Satam Sarva Shastra Bitipyusak Sarva Vedekatak Palam Sarva Siddhantaratnagyam Sarva Lokaika Drik Pradam. Hare Krishna to everyone. Hare Bol. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Sorry for being late, and today I'm a little bit spaced out, and I don't know if I would be able to say anything, and I feel myself extremely unqualified to speak, as from the senior devotees, and just try to say something for my own purification. And we continue reading Canto 10, chapter 28, right? It's Krishna rescues Nanda Maharaj from the abode of Varuna. And we will read following texts, number somewhere 10, 9, something like that. 10, eh? Okay, so we'll read Sanskrit translation and prepared by BBT. Nandastva adindriyam drishtva lokapala malhodayam Krishna cha sanatim tesham Jnatibhyo vismito bravit. Nanda Maharaj, translation. Nanda Maharaj. Oh, you want to? Yeah, you want to recite? Whatever. Nandasta matindriya trishtva. Lokapala mahodaya. Translation. Nanda Maharaj had been astonished to see for the first time the great opulence of Varuna, the ruler of the ocean planet, and also to see how Varuna and his servants had offered such humble respect to Krishna. Nanda described all this to his fellow cowherd men. Next verse. Te chautsukya dhiyo rajan mat vagopas tam ishvaram apinaksvagatim suksmam upadyasyat adhisvarah. Translation. Hearing about Krishna's pastimes with Varuna, the cowherd men considered that Krishna must be the Supreme Lord, and their minds, O king, were filled with eagerness. They thought, will the Supreme Lord bestow upon us his transcendental abode? Commentaries by BBT. The cowherd men were filled with excitement upon hearing how Krishna had gone to the abode of Varuna to rescue his father. Suddenly realizing that they were in fact dealing with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, they joyfully conjectured among themselves about their auspicious destination after finishing their present life. Hare Krishna. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnana Jnana Chalakaya Chakshurmiritamina Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manopishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Sha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahaganarathunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijanam Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Saganam Lalitam Shri Vishakam Vidam Sha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhi Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sudha Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhuvevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishna Bhuleshmad Bhaktivedanta Swami Nitinam Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavani Pashtete Deshatene Nantak Pavishtam Vachimam Prasuptam Sanjivyanti Kila Shakti Dharam Sudam Namanyan Shahastam Charitam Shamanam Samanik Pranam Namo Bhagavate Purushaya Tubhyam Nama Sheshtaman Shiputra Madra Surupam Rupam Desagrajam Rupurimat Hurim Goshtavatim Radha Kundam Girivarahurat Kamatava Samprapta Yesa Pradita Kripaya Shigurum Tam Natosmi Adantastri Nandantara Neshki Panakuna Shimad Rupam Padam Bhujam Dulusyam Janmacharmani Hare Krishna. Thank you for tolerating me and coming to the class today. And me speaking about Krishna Lila, which is very wide and deep like an ocean, and to cover it, to embrace it, or even approach it, it's very difficult. Therefore, maybe we can sit on a helicopter and just flying around, try to approach to different bay areas of this Lila, which is like an ocean. And Bhagavatam wonderfully describes these pastimes of Krishna. And if somebody looking for certain chronology, certain sequence, there is no like any particular sequence there, especially chronological sequence. Everything based on bhava. Krishna Lila, everything based on bhava. And bhava is our sadhya, our goal. That's why we're doing our sadhana, to attain bhava. And main sadhana is to hear Bhagavatam, Nitya Bhagavata Sevaya. So we engage in every day our sense of hearing to hear these pastimes, to create this bhava. Shinmatam Svakatha Krishna Punya Shavanam Kirtanam Hridyantosta Badrani Vidhunoji Suhrit Satam. And there are certain bhavas developed in particular way. And if you look at Krishna Lila in 10th canto, where and especially topmost bhava, which is Gopi bhava, right? The culmination of entire Krishna Lila is 5 chapters explain Rasa Lila, explain pastimes of Krishna with the gopis, Rasa Panchadhyaya. And our acharyas explain that this Rasa Panchadhyaya is like different flows of prana in the body of Krishna, because this Bhagavatam is like Krishna's body, a literal incarnation. Bhagavat Swarup. It's called Bhagavat Swarup. And Padma Purana explain that this is most beneficial form for all living entities. It's like a bridge over the unlimited, unsurmountable ocean of material existence. And that's his form, literal form, literal incarnation. That's why we offering, we serving, we worship in this form. Bhajamahe Bhagavatam Swarupam. We worship this form, and like according to Ayurveda, in this body we have different limbs, and different cantos correspond to different limbs of Krishna's body. Like we know, these first two cantos correspond to Pada Padma, or lotus feet of Krishna, right? Then third and fourth canto correspond to thighs of Krishna, right? Then fifth canto is a belly of Krishna, explaining the creation and different place of residence in the universe. It's called sthanam. Sthanam. Sthiti Vaikuntha Vijaya. So everyone lives according to his dharma in this universe. So we live in dharmic universe, which is created according to the law of dharma. Dharma means a universal law of maintenance. So everyone has his own place of residence, like somebody born in East Ukraine or Ethiopia, somebody born in Canada or any other places. So somebody born in the heavenly planets, Svargaloka. Anyway, all these planets are just abode of suffering, but still, thank you so much, but still it's a dharmic creation, according to Dharma. And again, there is a chest of Krishna in this Bhagavat Swarupa, which corresponds with the sixth canto, and this is like a poshanam. Poshanam means protection. Krishna gives to us protection from our past sinful life. How he protects us? Does anybody remember? How he protects us in Bhagavatam, in sixth canto, given story of Ajamil. And this is demonstrate the power of the holy name. And we remember, like Ajamil, he was delivered by just by chanting only one name of Narayana. He said Na-ra-ya-na, 4 syllables, and immediately appeared 4 servants of Lord Vishnu from Vaikuntha, 4 Vishnu Dutas. He was singing for unlimited lifetimes, and just came 3 servants of Yamaraj, because he's singing by words, mind, and body. So came 3 Yamadutas. But when he chanted Na, Ra, Ya, Na, came 4 Vishnu, 1 holy name. That appeared 4 Vishnu Dutas, and they completely protected him. And this is power of holy name. So, and holy name is so powerful. Even once chanted this holy name, that's enough to get rid of all sins committed for million lifetimes. 1 holy name and unlimited sins cancelled. Are you believing that? You liberated souls, all of you. You chanted holy name. So only liberated souls can chant holy name. Nikila Shruti Maulirant Namala Duti Niranjada Padapanka Jantam Ayur Mukta Kulairu Pashamanam Britastvam Harinamam Samshayami. Rupa Goswami explained his Namashtaka. Only liberated souls can chant holy name. So all of you liberated souls, you chanting holy name, you're free from your sins, and Krishna just a little bit provide your Krishna karma just to inspire you to carry on, to go further up to Krishna Prema. So you got mukti already. Like Ajamil, he chanted only once. That's enough. All unlimited sins, even deadly sins like killing cows and brahmanas and stealing gold and offending the wife of guru, whatever, some most heaviest, most gravest sins cancelled. Sarvesham apyak havatam sunikshnam idam nama vyaharanam vishnoh. Something like that. This Vishnudus are saying that in this conversation between servants of Yamaraj, they explain the power of holy name. So when we chant holy name, even accidentally, without fate, without purpose or meaning that we're addressing the Lord, or without fate, without anything, so we just chant accidentally, Hare Krishna. And Krishna thinks, oh, probably he thinks about me. So he's a great soul. So I have to reciprocate with him. I have to help him. So Krishna immediately responds. So this is the power of holy name. And gradually, different topics of Bhagavatam uplift our consciousness up to the Krishna Lila. Krishna Lila is Ashraya, is the topmost revelation of divine understanding of divine, let's say. And Krishna Lila based on different bhavas. We're speaking about the body of Krishna, right? So body of Krishna consists of different limbs, and these cantos correspond to his Bhagavad Swarup. Like 7th and 8th canto correspond to his hands. Then 9th canto is his neck, and then smiling face of Krishna in 10th canto, right? So, and the soul of this body, floating on the 5 different, what is called, air flows. In the area of heart, soul is there. And these 5 pranas, 5 air flows, are 5 chapters of Rasa Lila, which is called Rasa Panchadhyaya. So from 29 up to 33. So these 5 chapters are most important. Krishna's soul is there in these 5 chapters, floating in the area of the heart of this Bhagavad Swarupa. So we're approaching, now we're on 28th chapter. So we're preparing our consciousness to enter into this mystery of this most elevated topics, narration about Krishna's pastimes with the wife of cowherd man of Raja. And this is most sacred, most confidential pastimes. Shukadeva Goswami explained at the end of this division of narration of this pastimes, he said, Vikriditam vajava durphiridam che vishnum shanthan vitom anushruit yat nashayat yat bhaktim param bhagavatim pratilabdham ash apachrinoti acharenadhirach. He said, how we can get rid of the disease of the heart, which is kama, hridrogam kamam. So we are afflicted with this disease of the heart. All of living entities, all the conditioned souls in this world, afflicted by this disease of the heart. How we can get rid of this? When we're hearing with a faith from the proper source, from the authorized Vaishnava, who is a Jivanti Bhagavatam, who is a living Bhagavatam, like Srila Prabhupada and all the great acharyas. If we hear these pastimes of Krishna with the wives of cowherd men of Raja, Vraja Vardu Phirdam Chavishnam, Vraja Vardu Vardhena Yakalpita. This is great topmost devotees of Krishna, which are gopis. So bhakti is coming in our heart when we hear these pastimes, in proper mood, from the proper source, with the proper understanding. So bhakti is coming to our heart, and then disease of the heart, which is lust, vanished, and then topmost bhakti, param bhakti, appears and then we become dhira, or sober person. So this is a way how to get rid of this disease of the heart. So we have to create our bhakti, in other words, but topmost bhakti, how we surrender our sense of hearing and hear these pastimes regularly, Nitya Bhagavatam Sevaya, on a regular basis. And this bhavas developed in certain sequence in 10th canto, like first of all, and main bhava is Gopi bhava. This is the topmost bhava. So Shukadeva Goswami bringing us to this kind of point that we can realize it, this topmost bhava. There are different bhavas, different incarnations of Krishna, but finally culmination is there. 10th canto, Krishna Lila in Vraj with the gopis. So this is smiling face, this is Ashraya for all living entities. So how we can develop this bhava? Just by following the sequence of these pastimes and enter gradually into this mystery of this lila. And there is certain sequence of development of that bhava. First, gopis are created, they attachment or love to Krishna in separation. It's called purvaraga. So they never saw Krishna before, but still they already developed this bhava. Like Rukmini Devi, she was given to Shishupal, yeah? They want to arrange her marriage. But she was attracted to Krishna, and she was created love to him through separation. It's called purvaraga. In the same way, so we have to develop our love to Krishna in mood of separation. So we never saw Krishna, right, in our life. So, but now our challenge is to develop this love. How? In separation. It's called purvaraga. We never saw Krishna, but we have to do it, following by the footsteps. And gopis, they did it, and they never saw Krishna before. And then Krishna appeared in Kaliya Damana Lila, when he subdued Kaliya, serpent, in Yamuna. So gopis heard about that, and they created this love. So they created love and separation. It's called purvaraga. When Krishna been coiled embraced by the coils of the snake, and he been pulled down to the waters of Yamuna, and gopis they become completely overwhelmed and fainted, and they developed this love. So then they started to pray Katyayani Devi. You remember this pastime? Vastraharana Lila, when Krishna stole the garments of young gopis. So they started to worship Katyayani Devi in order to become wives of Krishna. So they performed this vrata, Katyayani vrata, after Kartik. It's going to be after Kartik. That's called what is it called? In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna said among the months I am next month after Kartik. Anyway, so they started to worship Krishna, and finally they gain the mercy of Katyayani Devi, and they've been promised that they will be united with Krishna. And Krishna said to them himself, he said, next year in the autumn season, in Sharat Purnima, in time of Kartik, so we will unite and we will dance together in the pleasure groves of Vrindavana. And then Govardhan Lila, next Lila is Govardhan. You see this certain sequence. Then Govardhan Lila, Govardhan Dharana Lila, Krishna lifted up Govardhan, and all the residents of Raja came, all the Brijabasis came united together, and they observed, they were watching Krishna for 7 days. And all different devotees in different moods and different relationship with Krishna, like some of the servants and friends of Krishna and parents, of course, gopis are there, everyone assembled, and they were looking to Krishna up to watching him, and Krishna was holding this Govardhan, and it was amazing situation when all the different types of moods and loving relationships came together. And by the way, this lila represents union of community with different moods when we have to center around God and cooperate together. This is Govardhan Lila actually. And gopis, they were there, and they were watching Krishna, and openly, without any secret meetings, because it was allowed. Everyone was there, and everyone was watching Krishna, so they also were there. Also, young gopis, the young girls, not allowed to look or stare at men at opposite sex. It's like very cultural. It should not be done, but still they were doing, because everyone was there, and it was amazing event. This Govardhan floating on Krishna's hand, and they become more attached, even more attached after that. And then further, the next year, happened this incident. It's Rasa Lila happened in Sharad Purnima time, in full moon night. Krishna was observing the moon, and he became a little bit overwhelmed with romantic feelings. And Shukadeva Goswami described at the beginning of 29th chapter, its next chapter, he said, Bhagavan Natu Meratrim Sharadat Pula Malika Vikshyarantum Manasa Chakra Yoga Maya Upashitam. He said, Yoga Maya, under the jurisdiction of Yoga Maya. So Krishna was overwhelmed with emotions. He took his flute and started to play, because full moon and romantic feelings and everything, like whole atmosphere, Vrindavan. He started to play his flute, and gopis heard these tunes and melodies of Krishna's flute. They started to come in to the place of the first rasa dance. This is prominent place in Vrindavan. It's called Vamshivat, on the bank of Yamuna river. So Vamshivat, they gathered there for the first time, and it was like very great gathering. All different gopis came from different groups, different moods, different levels of the Krishna consciousness. Sometimes it is saying that even sadhana siddhas, they allowed to come, not nitya siddhas, eternal associates, but also those who getting up, become perfect gradually. Like for example, we practicing with sadhana siddhas, we try to become perfect. So if you qualified, you can hear Krishna's flute, you can also join, you can run there, and you can join to the rasa dance. And Vishwanath Chakravarti, he explained at that point, gopis are coming there, they came Koti means 10 million, no, the Shatakoti means billion gopis came at the same time. Shatakoti means billion gopis. Can you imagine? So different moods, different groups, different gopis, levels of Krishna consciousness, all of them, they came. Probably somebody from ISKCON came as well. I think so. So they came. And this was the first union, first meeting with Krishna. So it was a great Rasa Lila, great discotheque. So everyone was there, and different moods, the dancing. We know that Radharani left this gathering. Although in Bhagavatam explained that Krishna left, but actually our acharyas explained that most of the time Radharani live in the Rasa dance. And because different moods, different gopis, Radharani is sometimes not really satisfied with that, because some of the unqualified gopis are coming. So she's not really, and she just leaves the gathering. And then gopis become more attached to Krishna after this. and it's like become very obvious to the general, to all other residents, and they created anuraga. It's called anuraga, one of the level of prema. So there are different levels of prema. Like we think that we have our way 9 steps from Shraddha to prema. So we develop our prema. But after prema, there also evolution of our Krishna consciousness is going on. In Chaitanya Charitamrita explained that there are levels of prema. It's called sneha, mana, pranaya, raga, anuraga, bhava, and mahabhava. So mahabhava, there are also few different divisions. Anuraga means when your object of your love is always fresh and new, always. At every moment is fresh and new and very attractive, not like in material love, when we experience in what is called degrees of rasa. Rasa is washed away, but they are always fresh and new. Ananda Buddhi Vardhanam is growing and growing at every, and gopis they were not able to control their senses. They become so much attached and even obvious to all others. So Krishna started to think what to do, because it becomes obvious to everyone. But they in the mood of parakiya, right? Parakiya means out of marriage. So because gopis are supposed to be married to some other man, but it should be kept like this mood. Yoga Maya arrange everything. Also gopis want to get married for Krishna, but Yoga Maya arranged that gopis they got different husbands. In spiritual world, actually, there is no husband for the gopis. They only abhiman that gopis have husbands, but actually they don't have no husband. Only in this material world, husbands. Yeah, in material world they have, but there is no husbands. Yeah, they think that they get married to other men. They think like this, but there is no actual husbands around. Yeah, in spiritual, no. Yeah, they you know, it works like this. Bhaktivinoda Thakur explained in Jaiva Dharma. There is abhiman. Abhiman means idea that demons are there, husbands are there, but there are no. They are not. But when Krishna descends to material world, descends, those abhimans, they take in form of personalities, husbands and demons, and they appear here. So different demons, Kali demon, this demon, that demon, and also husbands. But actually all of them, they're eternal associates, eternal, let's say, wives of Krishna, eternal girlfriends. That's his energies. And they, in Swakiya mood, I mean, they belongs to Krishna. That means they're Swakiya, they're his wives, but they act in the way of Parakiya. They act in the mood of Parakiya, but actually they're Swakiya. They're real his property, right? Yeah. And he arranged, Yoga Maya arranged that in a way that they have husbands, different men. That's Lila. But actually that's his property, that's Krishna's property. That's his energies. His original energy is pleasure-giving potency, Shrimati Radharani, but all these gopis are incarnations of her. It is explained in Brahma Samhita. Ananda Chinmayarasa Pradibhavitabhistabhira Eva Nijasayoru Patayokalabhi Goloka Eva Nivasatu Adhilatma Bhuta Govinda Mahadi Purusham Tam Aham Bhajami. So that's his consort, eternal consort, Shrimati Radharani, his energy and of his body, and all these different fine arts manifest from her, and they appeared in the personal forms like a gopis. So these gopis are Krishna's gopis, but they act in a way that they have husbands, but actually it's just lila to increase rasa, increase intensity of experience, spiritual bhavas. Yeah. Yeah, but some of the people, those who probably affected by mundane morality, they criticize Krishna. How is it possible he dancing with some other wives? He is an immoral man. We don't want to worship such a god. But they don't understand the intricacies of Krishna Lila. It's too complicated for them. So, yeah, he's more popular because he's Ekapatni Vrata. He has only one wife. And when he met sages of Dandakaranya forest, in the forest, the sages were sitting and meditating on Krishna, Bal Gopal or Gopal Krishna Vraj, Krishna. They saw Ramachandra, and he was so attractive, beautiful. He's like, beauty is like one of the main. And they wanted to enjoy with him in Madhurya Rasa with Ramachandra. And he said, no, it's not good because you don't have a proper body. And then I got Ekapatni Vrata, only one wife. Not this time. So next time when I come like a Krishna, so then you can join my pastimes and we can dance together. And all these sages, there were 60,000 sages, 60,000. So they join next yuga. By the arrangement of Yoga Maya, they got the gopis appearance, bodies of the gopis, and they joined this rasa dance. They came like a Rishi Chari gopis. They're different gopis, Muni Chari gopis, Rishi Chari, Shruti Chari, personified Vedas. We read these prayers in 10th canto, 88 chapter, 88, I think 87. It's prayers of personified Vedas. The Shruti Chari gopis, all these Vedas, personified Vedas, different Shrutis, they appear like gopis because they also want to follow the gopis' footsteps. Gopis considered to be topmost, highest. Even all these great Mahajans and great souls like Bhishma or Uddhava or Shiva or Narada, they want to get this mood. It's such exalted mood. Even Shrutis, even Vedas follow gopis. Although gopis rejected the path of Aryas. They rejected the path of Varna, Ashrama, everything. They gave it up. They just gave everything. They left behind everything. And they ran to Rasa dance of Krishna. And it shows that they gave up even topmost part of religion, dharma, which is Arya, part of Aryas, which is never, must not give it up to anyone. It's like, it's a what is called, what is the word? I forgot. Anyway, and finally they gave up everything and they just ran to the rasa dance. And even Shrutis personified, even Vedas, they also, although gopis gave up this path of the Vedic mark, but Vedas become followers of gopis. Can you imagine? So even Vedas, they started to follow gopis because it's such a exalted mood and full surrender to Krishna. It's a part of full surrender, and it's called Sharanagati. That's why Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita, Mam sarva dharman parityaja mam ekam sharanam vraja. So give up all different dharmas, even Vedic dharma. Finally, you have to give it up. So for Indians, for those who came from this background, Vedic background, it's like, it's unimaginable, it's unprecedented. But to surrender to Krishna, we have to give it this, even give this up also. Yeah, I mean it's extreme, but it's transcendental. It's completely transcendental. So because you give it this up in the sake of to fully surrender to Krishna, you surrender everything, even your attachment to so-called families and spiritual Vedic cultural and part of areas. So this full surrender. Mam ekam sharanam vraja. Mam, me, ekam, only, me. Surrender, sharanam. Vraja. Vraja means go to Vraj and surrender. To Vraj, to those devotees, those who on the topmost level of Krishna consciousness. These are gopis. Right? So this is part of Krishna consciousness. This is very exalted part. And some of the people in modern world, they think this Hare Krishna is just like kind of neo-Hinduism, new Hinduism, some kind of Hindu ethnic group. They just, concocted their own kind of things, and they gathered together and doing the dogmatic practice. But this is actually a very exalted part of gopis, how to create gopi bhava mood. This is Krishna consciousness. This is. But Krishna already said to you in Bhagavad Gita, you become my devotee, manmana bhava mad bhakto, and you give up all the dharmas. Leave it. Sarva dharma parityaja. He said to you. Why he said it? Because this is topmost morality, topmost dharma for all living entities. Finally, we have to realize this mood of full surrender. And this is not for choosing people in India or in somewhere else, in Bengal, somewhere. No, this is. But you already chosen. You chanting Hare Krishna, you worship Krishna, you already chosen person. Yeah. You already in this kind of category. So you've been included in this inner circle. You invited, you understand, you know what to do, what this Krishna consciousness is all about. Although it's very deep and we try to discover it deeper and deeper. And there is no depth, no bottom. But you already chosen. So you have to make up your mind and go through this way. And run to Krishna's, when Krishna gonna play his flute. And so, and left. Yes, cry and weep and cry. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, see you all in Vrindavan. Jai Jai, Gaur Premananda. Narasimha Premadaji ki Jai. Hari Bol. All glories to all Russian devotees speaking and all other devotees ki Jai. Hare Krishna. Gaur Premananda. Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai. Shil Prabhupada ki Jai. Shri Radha Manohara. The Divine Lordship ki Jai. Hari Bol. Gaur Premananda. Hare Krishna. Sorry for taking your time. Prabhu wanted to add something. Yeah. Krishna is not the Lord in Vraj. He's not God there. There is no God. Yeah, he's a God of love. It's called a Cupid, transcendental Cupid, modern Mohan. He's not a God there. Yeah. in the temple.
He thinks there is no separation because Krishna is here.
Krishna is non-active form. So this deity form is non-active. Unless you're pure devotee, you can reciprocate directly. Krishna speaks to you and take prasadam from you and smile to you, maybe walk around. If you're on a level of, it's called, it's like Uttama Bhagavatam, Vaishnavas. We know this different incidents from the scriptures when Krishna walks throughout it's called Saksha Gopal pastimes. So if you're on that level, no problem. But if you're not, that means it's non-active. You just worship, but there is no feedback from maybe something you feel something, but there is no real reciprocation. That means it's an active principle. But who is active principle of absolute truth? Who? Devotees. This is active principle. And through them, Krishna manifests. Right? Devotees give you bhava, mood, energy, exchange with you and share with you Krishna. Yes. And through the devotees you can see Krishna in the deity form. Otherwise you just see statue, just monument made of material elements.
When I was in course, Washington visit in Raipur, and the teacher was teaching, and then the disciples, students, they asked about this topic. I see, like, okay, Krishna, but there's no moving, no talking, no. And he said, worship as if Krishna is there.
Yeah.
As if real Krishna is there. That kind of mood we have to worship.
Yeah, we have to develop it. And we have to understand Siddhanta, proper concept about deity. That this concept is that it's not different from Krishna. This is Satchitananda Vigraha, Chinmaya Rupa, full of transcendental bliss and completely sensual living being. With this concept in mind, and then do not believe your eyes, which are blind, material eyes, but try to develop right mood. And then by maintaining and deepen this mood, finally, if our heart and everything and mercy are there, Krishna will reciprocate with you in this form. Like in Vaishnava history, we heard many stories, like Krishna picked up some laddu and was eating and doing many things. So if you're ready, Krishna is there. He manifests himself. But now maybe we just in separation. Memory, what do you mean?
Well, the fact that we are unhappy in some relationships or in some activity means that we have a memory of something, what is happiness, right?
From the past.
Yeah.
We experience some happiness, we have this memory, and we can compare what. I don't not really understand what.
So, like developing this separation, it's in one way it's coming forward or developing this love, and on the other sense, it's also coming back to that memory of happiness in a sense, no? Maybe that's speculation.
How we can explain this phenomena of separation? So when we in separation with Krishna, we experience this grief and sorrow, and we develop attachments through that, because we depend on Krishna and we don't have anything else. We completely lost in this creation. We don't have any shelter. So we, through this separation mood, we become more and more attached to Krishna. And through this separation, gradually, through this poison of separation, manifests meeting with Krishna. So in our heart, separation mood change, because Krishna, by seeing, by observing your attachment and your, this lamentation of separation with Krishna, he gradually manifests through this separation. There is meeting growing. Meeting is born in separation. So through this separation mood, we can get full union with Krishna. This will be manifest through the separation only. Yeah. 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 Exactly.
So now we have to reverse back.
Yeah.
How to do? By serving Krishna,
Yeah. By doing bhakti.
by do bhakti.
Yeah. By doing bhakti, we develop bhakti, more bhakti, and finally, Krishna takes it away. This last, he will take it away. We cannot overcome. We cannot.
So we reverse back in original.
Yeah.
That we, whatever the relationship with Krishna,
Yeah. This karma is like a bhas. It's like a reflection of that love, original love, which is selfless and unconditioned. But this lust is like material, selfish, and low class. Means reflection. So we just do bhakti, and finally Krishna takes it away. We cannot do it. We just, we just depend on Krishna. We have to take shelter in bhakti energy, in the mood of this surrendering and love to Krishna, and then it will be transmitted, changed, transformed into real love. This is iron will be transformed into gold. All right, like we put iron rod in the fire.
we become like center of our action, our thinking, our doing. Whatever we do for Krishna's pleasure.
Yeah, everything should be like this, and finally it will be changed. But by Krishna's grace, not by our. We cannot do, really. Probably all of us. Yeah, he will make an arrangement, not we are. And we have to just wait and pray and cry and surrender more and more. And it will happen sooner or later. Oh.
And makes me thinking, if I'm crying because like I'm here without Krishna, it's like selfish. And I heard Bhaktivinoda was saying, or was quoting, but that at least I'm happy that you're surrounded by the people who love you. So in that sentiment, but can you maybe elaborate these false tears? What kind of mood is that? And maybe we are crying, but it's false tears that Krishna just.
No, it's not a problem. Even false tears are okay, because we're crying for proper purpose, for proper person. And if you fake it, like it is saying, fake it until you make it. Yeah, you just pretend that because you cannot cry for real things, so you just cry because I cannot cry for real stuff. So let us, yeah. And finally, so we have to do it. We have to fake it. We're already crying for Maya. Every day we're crying for Maya, right? So we lamenting for the past. We what is called hankering for the future, and we always we experience all these kind of things, loss of relationships and our wealth and health and this and that. So we're crying for Maya every day. So let us cry for Krishna. Let us transfer our crying potency, our crying ability towards Krishna. And first of all, we probably we will fake it. Let us fake it, and then gradually we'll make it. What to do? Yes.
What about if the future that we are entering is related with Krishna service?
That's good.
They say more devotees, more devotees or beautiful temple.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. Yeah, whatever is concerned related to Krishna is okay. No problem. So it's not a Maya. It's something which is related to Krishna, and this is connection. This is kind of So let us create this mood, and gradually, by the Krishna's grace and devotee's grace, do our bhakti, sadhana bhakti. We can come to the level of taste and attachment and really this beautiful pastimes, sweet pastimes with Krishna. And it depends on mercy. This is part of mercy. Kripa mark. We're desperate. We don't have anything. We have to cry. That's a conclusion. Yeah. Yeah, hope against hope. It's called Ashabandha. Yeah, so we have to do this somehow or other. Jai. Hare Krishna, Gaur Premanande Hari Bol. Oh, Gaurasundara Vaishnavas ki Jai. Vancha Kalpatarubhya.